Welcome to our weekly or daily
Daily.
weekly live training where we help runners, triathletes, and busy high achievers to stay injury-free, train smart, and finish strong without burning out because
Even
we
if
don't
you're
want that.
even if you're juggling work, life, and recovery.
Or many others,
Yes.
just like our
Mhm.
special guest. There's
I
like
know.
extracurricular activities, all what we
A
just
lot,
mentioned.
yeah.
Well, I'm Coach Shangri-La. I'm a two-time triathlon Guinness World Record holder, 48-time Ironman finisher, Ultraman finisher. I'm the creator of my book here, Smart Training Method, keynote speaker, and high-performance triathlon and endurance coach. We're here to share you proven strategies that I've used myself and we've coached our athletes to stay injury free and really perform their on their next level on their next race. And we also have here Coach Vineta,
Hi,
who
everybody.
specializes open water swimming. All right. Well,
Mhm.
today I want to check in with you guys, see if this one sounds familiar. All right. So let's see this one. So you have a dream, okay, of doing, being able to swim comfortably when you travel for family trips. Could it be like in Europe or you go to somewhere in Greece,
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Mm.
yeah, or Italy or Philippines when you're visiting your family. So it's vacation. You see that lake. All right, you see that lake.
Or
You're
ocean.
you're at the boat, or like you probably one of those like go cruising, okay? And you see that ocean there, okay? Or the water, or summer, summer, and you want to go, like I want to go, but and you can see the water calling you, all right? And
Mhm.
actually, the wave is not crazy; it's just like pretty calm, like really, hey, come here. All right, can you picture that? And then you see yourself, hear yourself pondering, should I go another attempt? Okay. Would it be different this time? Maybe some of you guys have tried, probably, like got pulled by a friend. Let's go. This is fun. Actually, I had that, when, hey, let's do this one. It's easy. It's called body surfing. Let's go to the open water. I'm like, oh, yeah, I have this body surfing. I'm sure I'm going to be okay. All right. Or you could probably be at the pool. Okay. And then just thinking about the open water, you feel, just thinking about it. You're not even there, but just thinking about it. Or, you probably like another friend reminded you, another friend, hey, when are you going to do that triathlon with us? We've been telling you, come on, it's fun. And you're like, oh, that is fun. And you start like getting intrigued because your friends are like doing it. You see it, like they're the cool people. I want to be like them. And runners, cyclists, or maybe you haven't even done any marathons, even. Okay. Or maybe you have been doing marathons or even finished Boston marathons, but then when they started saying, let's do triathlon, but then there's a but. God, that open water. And you feel your heart racing and you're like already feeling something on your toes. Man,
Um,
that reminded me again when I almost like nearly drowned or like that panic attack. Well, today we're going to talk about that. Okay. Today we're going to talk about that panic. Like we're in the back of your heads, like you've been wanting to do something. Maybe you're in your 40s or 50s and you're like about like, you know what? I'm on the second half, I'm on the 50s. This is the time for me to have fun. And I would love to just explore life or
Learn to swim as an adult and really, really go after it.
and not be stopped
Yes.
to actually jump into the water when you're at the boat. Oh, it's really warm. I really want to check it out. I have not been there, but then you're scared. All right. And what about when you want to just say yes to your friends or just do try? Anyone
To
can
try
you?
out that first triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can picture that. Anyone who have had those kind of friends, put that friends. All right. Those positive friends. They're like, come on, let's play time. Well, listen, go into the comments below, click heart, like button. If let me know if you can see me okay.
Yes, this is your training. You'll get the most out of it if you decide to participate, engage, ask your questions. What questions do you have?
Because in the next 30-ish minutes, all right, we're gonna help you, wherever you're at, Definitely, if you're the type that really wanting to do your first sprint triathlon, this is your training. If you have not looked into my bio, I was there until I was there for a while, for so many years. Okay. And so like I still know how it is, just feeling scared of just being in the water or being in the deep water or being in the open water or putting my face in the water or not even seeing what's in there or the cold, you know? But then, because I was able to overcome it, this time for so many years, I've been helping other athletes, just like our guest, help them conquer that fear and actually really go after their triathlon, not just triathlon, all right? And be able to prove themselves that they can do it on top of their current fun activities. And that could be marathon. So those marathoners there, if you're like, you know what, I've been doing marathons. I I want to try that one. I want to try that one. Give me the answer. I'm also giving you a summary at the end and in a free one as well. We've been giving this one with a lot of people that will help you with freestyle, like really a baby step because I understand where you're coming from. Okay.
So I want to know who's joining us live right now. So put hashtag live, those who are watching it right now, and put hashtag replay if you are watching this as a replay.
Yeah, so let me just show you what we're gonna be talking about. Okay, feel free. What I would like is actually for you to stop. No, don't stop. Start typing your comments, your questions, because we're gonna read that right now on the spot, so we can answer it as well. And like, let me see this one here. Let me show you what we're doing. From swim panic, knee and back pain to first sprint triathlon and Boston Marathon in your 50s. This one applies to if you are 40s or 30s and you're dealing with this swim panic, knee and back, but definitely in your 50s because you're going to be able to relate. Or, if you have experience, nearly drowning experience in the past, this is for you. Don't give up on that. I've had athletes who had gone through those.
We've actually talked to a lot of people who have
Yeah,
had that experience.
and it's gonna release you, free you up from that. Just imagine that, just being free of that, and now it's playtime, okay? And or, busy work schedule. Ooh, busy work schedule. Don't even talk about that. Swim panic, knee and back pain, and then now you have a Boston Marathon, right? And believe it or not, we can achieve that in within a short time if we are intention. So who here wants quality? Put quality over quantity. Who here wants quality over quantity? When I started as a runner, because that's my strength, I was more of like, I gotta do more. I gotta do more. But then even though I was hurting, I gotta do more. I gotta push more. Okay. And then now a lot of runners would think, how can I put triathlon when I can't even handle my own running? Anyone here? Too busy for more. But too busy for more. All right. But today you're going to see that it is possible because I've done it. Our athletes have done it. Vinetta has done it. And our special guest has done it. You guys are ready for this? Because I'm super excited to introduce our special guest, Aurea. Aurea from
Hi.
California. She's about
Yay.
like 8 hour drive. Well, I had not seen her in training for ever since we started training.
Yes.
Actually, this is only what we started training end of February.
Right. That's correct.
Al, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your recent wins. I know Al, I met Al, or I started helping Al last year before her Boston Marathon in 2024 because of nutrition mainly was her issue. Okay.
Mhm.
And then this time around, she said, Coach, I need help. I've been vacationing. Well, she's gonna tell you the story. I'm not gonna spoil that.
I wanna go back to.
Well, let's just
Oh, okay. You want to
congratulate
show? Okay.
Aurelia first. Aurelia, Boston Marathon, age 50, 54.
Woohoo!
She actually had gotten you know, her marathon majors already, but she's not stopping. I mean, she can run. Why not go
Yeah.
back to Boston again? So she did Boston again this year, and she added this her new adventure,
Wow.
first triathlon. And guess what? She did this one with only, I think, 12 days. 12 days after
After the
the
Boston.
Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I don't know. When did those who are in your 50s, have you guys done that like pretty close like that? Because like look at this dates here. All right. February 24, started learning proper swim technique. Started. She's brave. She got friends. Hey, let's go. I've been waiting for you. March 1st, same week, first open water swim. And you're going to learn it's not all the highs, you know, because we want to tell you everything, the goods and the bads, so you know what to prepare also, and you know what how to solve this on how to navigate this. I will help us out on that one. But guess what? Here you go. April 21st, Boston Marathon. You know the calendar, April 21st, May 4th. That's really 12 days. And then Wildflower Sprint Triathlon. And she trained basically like about 10 weeks.
Nice.
10
Yes.
weeks from not
From
knowing.
zero swimming. I wouldn't say zero swimming, but
Yeah.
at least like I was struggling to complete a 25-yard swim. I was always gasping for air. So like I feel it was impossible. Without your help, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So 25 yards. So like oh, you know, we've talked to a lot of athletes. They're at your level, you know, 25 yards, 50 yards. They're like, is this possible? That's why you're like, oh, they want to hear from you. They're gonna
Okay.
learn a lot from you. So yeah, so like you were gasping for air, but I know you tried right on your own because your husband Carl, who also we helped him out, finish his first Ironman last year. Carl, who
True.
actually
Yeah.
did full Ironman without doing sprint, Olympic half Ironman, just went directly full Ironman. It's possible. Right. He has a Superman husband. So that's so Carl. So Carl was swimming. And then so like tell us.
Yes, I want to go back to that moment of like what was happening that in your life that made you say, I'm going to learn to swim and I'm going to
Mhm.
do my first sprint triathlon. Like what was happening at that time in your life?
Oh, okay. Actually, I was really inspired. I volunteered to the Santa Cruz Ironman back in November. So
Okay.
that was Carl's first attempt for triathlon, but he's doing a relay with
Oh,
some of
okay.
our friends.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I saw a lot of triathlons. I would say, probably half of them are like, I've seen how it's done. Like it's not very scary, I said. There's a lot of people who's helping. There are a lot of paddlers helping out. It's not like you have to continue swimming the entire 1.2 mile. So I say,
Right.
I think I can do this. And then eventually Carl did his full Ironman in December, I think, or October. That's when I really got inspired and say, you can do this too. But I don't have any timeline. Yeah, maybe someday, 2 years from now. And then eventually, but in January, one of our friends approached me from Film Trying. She said, we're doing this wildflower triathlon or, trail run in May. If you guys want to sign up. And I say, yeah, why not? It's basic. I can run 5K. I can bike 12 miles. That's not a problem. And
Yeah.
then I didn't realize I cannot swim. If swimming means that I can do 25 yards, maybe I can swim, but without gasping air, no, I cannot swim. And then when I saw the requirements that I need to swim 500 meters, that's when I panicked. And then I called you, Coach Sharila, please help me here. I don't know what to do on this one. I wanna do triathlon, but I cannot swim that far. I cannot even complete 50 yards.
Yeah.
I can sometimes I do 25 yards and stop in the middle. So I'm
Yeah. In
really
the
and
middle,
I'm
so
really scared of
50
the
yards.
pool.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing open water, 500 meters open water. This is impossible. So
Uh,
that's the reason why I came to you in February. I just came back from vacation when I finally realized that, I cannot do this without help. Even my husband cannot help me. Like we've been swimming together when he was training for Ironman.
Uh-huh.
I've been swimming with him. So I basically just copying whatever he's doing, but
Sure.
everything hurts. Like my head hurts, my shoulder hurts, my back pain. It's always bad. Like,
Yeah.
and that's when he suggested, you have to get a coach. You cannot just copy what I'm doing because what I'm doing might not necessarily be the right thing for you. And of course,
Right.
we have different level. He's been swimming. for
Sure.
some time,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
basically just learning, and I keep on gasping for air even though we've been doing it together for 3 months. Imagine that, 3 months, nothing is
Wow. Three
happening.
months.
I'm not progressing at all. Like, it's really
Oh.
bad. So that's when you came over and you show me things like, how to do it properly.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really like about your coaching is that when I say something hurts, my shoulder hurts. You tell me, you look at my form and tell me the proper way. I'm not doing it the proper way.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
so that's when, and then I think that's when you told, and also my back pain. I always have back pain. And so when you say, okay, you have to fix your rotation, and
Hmm.
then you have to use pull buoy so that your back doesn't hurt, because my excuse is always after I swim and my back starts hurting, I stop. Maybe that's the reason I never learn. But
Hmm.
you told me, like, okay, we
Gotta
just
solve it.
have to learn the proper technique. You have to have the tools, and so that you don't have to stop.
Yeah.
So when I started learning how to rotate,
Yeah.
that's when I
Better. Yeah.
started realizing, oh my God, I can breathe
Yeah.
without, bringing my
Yeah.
head up, and then I can swim
Well, let me
longer.
let me show everyone here how
Yeah.
where you're at right now, because this one was just very new. So this one is
Yeah.
after Wildflower. So where are you at here?
This was at San Francisco Aquatic Park.
So this one is in San
San Francisco,
Francisco.
yeah.
So
The
this,
water was really cold that
yeah,
day.
San Francisco. This is May 28th, end of May 28th. That was just 12
Yeah,
2 weeks ago. And
right.
this was basically, we just said she just started learning how to swim end of February. So basically March, April, May, you were
May.
there. And I look at your training piece. I think you were swimming almost over 1,000 already and just
Yeah,
swimming and
yeah,
having a great time.
right, yeah.
Impressive.
And look at this.
That's
So what? Let me ask you. So what's in behind you then? Like, tell us about this. Look at the smile. How did it feel being in that? You look like a winner there. I love this
I
part.
know, I was so surprised too. You know what? I've been lucky also, surrounded by many friends
Yeah,
from Philam Tri as well as One Tribe.
yeah, yeah.
So they're really inspired. Aside from your coaching, without them, without their support, I think
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be able to do it too. I
Yeah,
mean, there's a lot of things about the technique you're teaching me. I'm finally confident going out there and able to swim without getting scared that I'm gonna be stuck in the middle
yeah,
and I'll panic. I don't
yeah.
feel that anymore. And then on top of that, I am surrounded with friends who are very supportive, like, okay, who's willing to like spend time with us, swim with us. Because if it's only Carl, Carl knows that if I'm only with him, he will have a hard time taking me out there and say, hey, go far out. But my friends were telling me, you can do it, just believe in your training.
Oh,
And
that's
then I keep on realizing, yeah, I just have to
encouragement.
remember that I just have to keep on swimming. So
Yeah.
that's my mantra, right? So just keep on swimming. I'm not thinking of other things. I'm not thinking about sharks or whatever, something like that. I'm not thinking about drowning. I'm basically just, happy thoughts during my swimming.
Love it. It's such
Yeah.
a big transformation, Junetta.
Uh-huh.
I can tell you more later in a bit, but I know you have questions.
Yes, I
Yeah.
want to know. So, what that decision point of when you were like, okay, let me get help and not do it alone this time. What made you decide that? And also help online rather than something else.
Oh
So,
yeah.
what made you decide that?
Why?
And
Yeah, because I'm
Oh.
in Los Angeles. Well, I won't be able to see you unless you fly here, right? So why?
True. I have a lot of confidence with Coach Shang. Number one, because when she helped me during my Boston Marathon last year, that was the first time I was running without GI issues.
ah,
So, and then also, Carla's been with you for, I think, more than
Here.
almost a year, right?
Here.
Yeah,
Perfect.
he has a lot of, he knows me.
Yeah.
And so he knows that you can help me.
Mm. Mm.
Based on, I
Gotcha.
have the mindset, but sometimes I don't have the confidence of doing something that I'm scared of doing. And
Mm-hmm.
he said that, you just have to learn the proper technique. If I'm the one telling you, you probably won't listen. But, the thing that the point that I decided, okay, I have to go with Coach Chang is I've seen a lot of athletes that's been with you. I think Romar was the first one
Mm-hmm.
long back.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the first time I
years
heard your
ago.
name from Romar.
Yeah.
And then later on, Carl also like, okay, Coach Chang is really good. He's been swimming, but he cannot really swim that far. And he has a
Proud.
lot of confidence that you can, turn me around. And
Well,
so that's the turning point. And plus, I wasn't really like thinking about triathlon until next year. I have a lot of plans for hiking this year and marathons. So if you look at my schedule, I have a lot of like,
oh, I'm gonna
back to
tell you
back
guys.
marathons, dragon boat, and
I
also
know.
yeah. And
So
then just in January, I can just say no to one of my friends. She's a really good friend from Philam Tri. So they're trying to get people, to join the team so that we can get the campsite at Wildflowers. Okay, yeah, why not? It's
there
only
you
a sprint triathlon, so not it's Olympic. Actually, I was trying to sign up for Olympic and like, oh my god, I'm so confident. And then I see
I
one
love
point
it.
two, one mile of swimming. No, 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 I
Let me
can't.
let me take you back out because like I loved your energy right now. You're all smiling and you're even thinking about next year already, and you already signed up for your Olympic distance.
Yeah, I know.
Think about it, like you just finished May. It's been
Yeah,
only like about 6 weeks. And then now
yeah.
you have an Olympic when really you just learned how to swim properly end of February, like pretty much
Yeah.
March.
Yeah,
March.
wait until I have also Oregon, coach. I already signed up for Oregon in July.
Okay.
My birth.
70.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
But let me let's take you back. So I know you did first. Let me pull you back. Actually, I just want to share you guys, like with the training of Boston Marathon. I know she said that already, and then the sprint triathlon.
Mhm.
She did not stop any other of the co-curricular activities. So
Yes.
she still until now, right after she's a strong woman. Right after the sprint triathlon, she went to Grand Canyon. This is her pictures. Look at that. Who wouldn't
Epic,
want
Mhm.
that,
epic hike,
right?
hikes.
So
And you mentioned dragon boat. You mentioned
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
out.
Mount Shasta. Yeah, we've been doing alpine climbing too.
the
So
Mount
yes.
Shasta. So this
Yeah.
one was what? This one was just about a week
One
ago.
week. Yeah, 1 week after rim to rim, yes.
Yeah. So she did Boston and then wait for a little 12 days, went to Sprint, went to Grand Canyon, and then went to Shasta. And now, we're training for Olympic. All
Yeah.
those, there's like a little bit of something of the triathlon, but we basically balance it in a way that I
Mm-hmm.
will be happy because when
Uh-huh.
she started, guess what? Here, I'm gonna share you a secret, or not secret, but what I've seen with runners, and because that includes me, okay? Runners, and runners might be laughing also. Runners who's trying to transition to triathlon or wanting to include triathlon, they don't want to let go of the running.
Uh-huh. Yes.
They want to really spend a lot more time on running, and I know that because I was like that too. But what they didn't realize until they actually start doing the work on triathlon, we gotta balance it if you want to do well or feel confident on your triathlon. So those are going for triathlon, those are some we got to balance. You're a triathlete, you want to be aiming to be great at each sport as a triathlete as much as possible. And then those are something like I don't want to let go of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to let go of that. But then guess what? Actually, let me show you to you. So Al said, "Coach, I need your help." And then, "Coach, I want all this one in my calendar." She sent me a spreadsheet. I'm like, "What am I gonna do? How am I gonna train you? You have a lot of." It's like, oh my god, what am
That's
I gonna?
a lot of activities.
She got all
Yeah, yeah, I
that.
have the entire year plan and next year too.
So she's a busy woman, but she
Yeah.
did not let go of that triathlon. Although there were times it almost did.
Mm-hmm.
How about tell us the story, like your first open water. Do you still remember your first open water? How was it? It was, March first beginning. Actually, I have a picture on that one. Do you still remember
Yeah.
with Ophel?
Yes, that's right.
Tell us about the first open water. How was it? Was it a pleasant experience or not pleasant?
Oh no, actually, I think he put it in my calendar. That's why I did it.
Ah,
So, but I was so scared. I was just staying at the dock. So
okay.
most of the time, I was just crossing, but we have friends there.
Yeah,
So I'm a little bit confident too that, if in case I drown,
sure.
somebody will save me. So, but yeah, it's a little bit scary. Twice that I did that actually. The second one was I had an anxiety on that first one, but the second one was really bad. I
Yeah,
had a terrible panic attack.
right.
I was just like, that was my first time going to San Antonio just to check
Right.
out the place. And the
Yes.
water was cold. And then I tried going in, and then suddenly I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm drowning, even though I'm wearing a wetsuit. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die here. So I
Yeah.
back out. So that's when I say, Coach, I don't think I can do this. I'm almost, I think that was just 3 weeks before the wildflower, or 4 weeks before wildflower.
Probably 4 weeks.
I
Yeah.
said, I just want to concentrate on my marathon. I don't think I can do this. I have a lot of
Almost like,
marathons planned anyway. Yeah, yeah. So I think this is not for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was.
ask,
And then,
yeah, let
yeah.
me ask the people, like you guys, had there been a time like, ow, wherein you're like, you tried, I'm like, oh, this is not for me.
Yes.
That really was, she described it like as if she was drowning. Did
Mhm.
you go into the water? Like
Yes, I did.
to
I did.
swim? Okay.
Yeah, but I barely swim during that time
Okay.
because I started like, it reminded me of my the past
Yeah.
where I was like, I cannot gasp for air.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it felt. And then even though my friends keeps on telling, don't worry, we're here, we're around you.
Yeah, you were like in a panic attack.
Yeah, I'm on the panic attack, and I don't know how I'm gonna be swimming with my wetsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the strategy that helped me to
Mm-hmm.
overcome that was, you have
Give you a
training
workout.
where the wetsuit.
I gave you a workout
Yeah, you gave
to
me a
overcome.
workout to how to try my wetsuit, and
Yes.
what's the proper technique on like rotating, and
Yes.
how can I float or swim on my back, how can I, like, because my biggest problem is, how do I stand up?
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm already tired, I don't know how to stand up, and then I put my hands on the air, and then
Yeah.
definitely I'll go down, right? But that wetsuit workout that you gave me,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
I
did.
gained a lot of confidence on that.
So
Yeah.
let me share to everyone. So
Yeah.
like now, like everyone, so like each athlete that I've coached, because I work with a lot of athletes who had this one. Some of them, they haven't put their face in the water for the
Mhm.
longest time. They hated it, gasping for air. How many times nearly drowned experience, Al? Is it one?
Three. No,
Three?
three. I have
Three.
three. That's why I have a very, my anxiety
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really got really fast on
Yeah.
your first. Okay.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of athletes come to me, and like to me, it's like each athlete is different. I gotta get to know the person. The person has to allow me to know the person, and that's who
Mhm.
Ao is, so that I can really have a strategy that would work for that. So I created a workout for her, personalized for her, and
Mhm.
actually basically simulate and then also address, overcome her beliefs. Her beliefs is that her main belief is that she's gonna drown. So
Mhm.
the goal is to prove to her that she's gonna drown in a way that she feels safe. So there's like all this, like, okay, if you feel this one, this is what you're gonna do. If you feel
Mhm.
this one, you gotta do this one. So it's
Mhm.
pretty detailed. And so that got you confident already.
Yes. Yes. It is. It
Back,
did actually. Yeah.
yeah, you went back again to the open
I
water.
went back again, same place. I practiced what I learned from the pool based on the workout you gave me.
Yeah,
And I can swim. And then, wow, this is so nice. And then Car was also seeing me go out there on my own at the middle of, you know, the lagoon.
yeah.
And
Dang.
then, like, oh, wow. It surprised me too that I can do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like, there are times, isn't it funny, everyone? Sometimes we have belief that it actually really affect of how our emotions get affected, that it can actually lead to even fear or even if we don't catch ourselves, that we can even tell ourselves that's not for me, unless you open up yourself and open to explore in solving it. But then it's also when and if the athlete is ready.
And also some athletes try to solve it just with exposure, and
Mm-hmm.
exposure doesn't,
It's good, but
it
it's not
it
enough.
works, it but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, it takes long. Like for you, you were saying like right after you
You
were
already got it.
already feeling a lot more comfortable because you had the tools, you had the experience, something shifted in the mindset,
Mm-hmm.
things happened very differently. You didn't have to go back 20 times and try to be,
The mindset
okay
and
with it.
the tools, which I'm gonna show to you
Right.
next, the technique portion. Because even if like, all right, I'm ready, I'm brave, but then your technique is not good, then you're gonna gasp for air because you're not doing it correctly, because you're wasting energy, because you're kicking wrong, right? Or you're not relaxed, you're holding your breath, all those faulty techniques.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know Al, you mentioned about technique. I'm gonna show you guys behind the scenes so you can see how Al was then. And she said, "All right, I'm good." So, this is she barely she never went to like, like swim at all. This is one of our first, okay? So here you go. So this is Al. So anyone who's like new swimmers, you probably can relate to this. This one is cold here. We're talking about San Francisco. Anyone here who have tried to swim in San Francisco, you can see that she's wearing gloves there.
Yeah.
Probably 50s, right? 50s?
Yeah, in
All
50s.
right.
Really?
So this one in San Francisco. And so like here, this is the technique, the technique portion. She gives feedback to us. And so like I would, give feedback on open water. All right. So I catch that one and then I will tell her of like, hey, this is what I would like you to do. So it's not just giving workouts, but really teaching the
Mm-hmm.
athlete of how to. So for example, how do you solve about head rolling? Wherein I'm teaching, and really this one is pretty short, 25 minutes with a demonstration. Okay. So now let me go back there. Hopefully I didn't miss it. All right, see image, visual, but of course there's a video analysis. So why do I do this one? And everyone, like my suggestion, if you're like trying to like analyze your own, sometimes it's hard to remember everything,
Mm-hmm.
but screenshots would allow you to remember it. Okay, this is something my frustration seeing my swim coach in person. He's great, but my brain cannot remember everything, especially it's new.
Yes.
Fix
It-
this, fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. Which one, which order, which one first? What am I gonna do with that one? I
And then
forgot.
also like the example, she's able to reach out. So I said, ow, so there's a visual. And then now I need you to, this is the target that we want. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let's get activated. And there's more explanation here. And then if people wants to dig into it more, okay. The next one here also, the whether it's image or it could be analysis. So click this one here, and me just directly talking to, because a lot of people like, how can you teach swimming when you're not here with me? And I'm gonna ask Ao in a bit, like how he's her experience with this. Last time, because that would help in correcting this when you get to the pool. All right, so here's what's happening. Look at this. Oh, there you go. Your elbow dropped, right? Yes, you are bending your elbow, but you're bending it on a different way. Okay. So what we want is this elbow higher than your wrist, and your wrist higher than your fingers. Right now, but this is what we call, elbow dropping. Okay. Because you're not bending your elbow oppositely. Okay. Like you want to bend your elbow. I'm sure you guys want to hear more. I wish I can, but Al got to go back to work. Al, how was your experience on like getting those feedback in regards to your swimming?
It helped a lot. So actually, the really good thing that helped me a lot, coach, is whenever there's a problem, right? So my pool has some problem, and the drill you give me are really specific. Like, I cannot. So like the side kicking, one of the side kicking is my favorite because that's when I learned how to properly. Give me one sec. How to properly do rotation. And
Mm.
once I got the rotation right, I know how to put my elbow up. And so, and also the reason why I think my shoulder was dropping during that time is because I have a bad shoulder pain. And then you also help me address that by getting deep tissue massage. Ooh, deep tissue. I
Yeah.
love massages. You know,
There you
so
go.
those kind of things. So you address every single thing. So unlike before, if my rotation is bad, I don't know how to fix it, how to become better with it. I know I can watch the video online and I have to do it that way, but how can I make my shoulder stronger, or how can I actually rotate correctly? Those are
Yeah.
the things that very specific to me, that Carl might not have that problem. That's why I'm just basically copying his
Yeah.
workout, but doesn't work for me because I have all these kind of issues, and
Yeah.
you help me address those issues so that I can become better.
And
So
what's
that's
great about it is not
uh-huh.
necessarily, like, okay, my shoulder's hurting.
Good.
I
Yeah.
need to lift weights, but there are things that your movement
Yes.
causing it. But then as soon
That's
as
correct.
we correct that technique, not
Mm-hmm.
only that you did not have pain anymore, you start
Uh-huh.
enjoying swimming
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, and the body
all
maintenance
right,
are very specific to where my pains are. So I think that was also one of,
I love that
I
you
really
mentioned.
love your body maintenance. It's very specific. Um, it's not, I always, I work in IT, so I can Google everything, but unless probably someone who is expert on what you're doing, just like you, coach, you wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Maybe, okay, my shoulder hurts, maybe I can just look up some exercises for the shoulder, but the exercises you provided me are like specific on my swimming moves,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah,
so that helped a lot.
that
Yeah.
is the purpose of body maintenance. So for
Right.
you guys heard body maintenance. Uh, I know we do have training on body maintenance. Put hashtag body maintenance. I want to do another training on body maintenance. I'm gonna find the time to do that training. But body maintenance is being proactive. We're not waiting for pain, and we can do that if you are listening to your body. So communication is very important. I was very good in communicating, and when she says it, it's not a pain yet, and she's like, "No, I want to know. Let's address it right now before it goes worse." All right.
Yeah.
And so it includes soft tissue care, mobility, work, strength, and stability exercises and functional movement. Because we're already, I mean, Al works long hours and he works crazy hours. And
Yeah.
so what I want is for her to do the exercise to stay injury free, but it's only going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'm okay to split it up and or speed it up. So that's our goal. And that's basically that part that Al had mentioned, and also nutrition. That's part of the smart training method. A lot of people have been talking about this one, the smart training method, body maintenance. Definitely one of them. A lot of athletes, hey coach, I want to do triathlon. Give me a plan. That's the plan. Training. They haven't realized nutrition. I mean, Al, how long have you been doing marathons? How many years? Do you remember?
2019 is when I first started.
2019. And she
Yes.
reached out to me 2024, 5 years right after, because she was still figuring out her GI issues.
Yeah.
Before Boston, before she got her Abbott majors, right? It's
Yes,
insane.
yes.
All right, now she's also learning body maintenance and definitely the mental fitness. Oh, she's awesome. I love it. The swimming is something that held her back.
Mhm.
As soon as she overcame it and allow herself to just experience and be coachable and listen and trust the training, utilize the community, the friends that she had, and then just have fun. I asked her, Ow, if you're gonna do the triathlon, who are you gonna be? I don't know what she said. Do you remember what you said? Who are you gonna be when
I
you
want to be Dory.
there you go? And she's gonna be Dory. So I called her,
Yeah.
hey Dory, you just finished the first sprint triathlon.
Yeah. Just want to keep on swimming. Keep on
Yes,
swimming.
there you go.
Yes.
Because I want her to have fun.
Yeah.
Because
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Rather than thinking of other things, I was just thinking like a fish in the
Mhm.
water, having fun.
Okay,
I
so
think that's the one thing. In everything you do, if you have fun, nothing is hard.
and
Yeah.
that was her mindset when she finished her first sprint triathlon.
Mm-hmm.
She's a leader. She's a leader. All right. She has, pretty high expectation of herself. I so how? What's the worst thing that can happen? Who do you want to be? She said Dory. And guess what? Stevie's just there. What was your mindset? Like when you go there, I'm just gonna go out there and have fun.
Yes, that's
It's
right. I
even
don't have even any expectation because I
yes,
did I tell you, coach, that I was sick.
yes,
I had the flu during that time. And
yes,
then the day before, I was already telling you, coach, I'm not going for this because I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. And
yeah.
I don't know if you remember what you told me. Like,
I do.
is that what you want to do? And then I was like, I can't sleep that night and say, okay, let me just do this. I'll just have fun out there and see how far I can go. And yeah, I was able to finish it. I was so happy.
Yes,
I
yes.
think you just have to break that barrier, that first
Yeah,
triathlon. Once you get to that, if you think it's gonna be possible, everything will be possible.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
love that for you, especially
Yeah.
remembering when we first talked to you, you were telling us about going to these trips and looking at the ocean and
yeah,
feeling like
Yes.
I'm missing out. How can I get in there? And tried, and it's been so many years, and I've tried multiple times, and it's not
Yeah,
working.
working.
And
Yeah.
I'm the explorer. I need to be in there, but this is the restricted area. I can't get in there.
yeah. And then so like other things that I changed to Ao, she's the one who is telling me. So I put she used to be like, "Hey coach, I want to do speed work, hill repeats." Oh,
Yeah.
she was telling me what to do. I want all that. I have Boston Marathon. Like this time is different. It's like, coach, can I
Yeah.
swim every day? Can you believe that? She was telling me that. I swim every day? Like I have a triathlon, but she wants, all right, you have time, go for it.
Yeah.
It's completely different now.
I know. I love swimming more than running. Oh, I'm sorry for my running
Aw.
friends. But I just want to convince my running friends. Actually, this is definitely doable. I know a lot of them wants to do triathlon too.
Well, I'm gonna give them steps and more. Like right now,
Yeah.
we're actually, and I would love for you to add more. Out. This is something that I just made very quickly earlier. So steps to get your first sprint triathlon. Definitely learn proper technique. Okay, make it
Mm.
easier for you.
Yes, you need the tools. You need the tools in place.
Yeah. Especially if I mean you give it a shot. Um, but right now, get this one. This one is free. Okay. So right as of right now, it's free. And put hashtag freestyle breathing and you will get this one. All right. Which actually, if I go here, you will have access to the demo videos. I don't think you have seen this one, Al.
Yeah.
This one, like Al. So this one, it will actually give you the mini book that has the breakdowns for people who wants that's why it's kickstart who wants to get started with swimming. And so like I break it down here, and there's actually it's an interactive, so 5 minutes block time. I'm telling you the steps. 10 minutes to read the little, 10 to 15 minutes, I'm serious, it's only 10 to 15 minutes. And then you submit your progress because I'm giving you a 7-day flexible plan. And then when you submit your work, again, this one is all free. I'm telling you. So
It's guided. It's really cool.
yeah, so like right here, and then all the way to the end, you're gonna see that I even break down the swimming. You're gonna see me here. One of the pictures here is that it was summer. I was the only one wearing wetsuit because I was scared. You'll see
Yeah.
that when I put it off there because I didn't know technique. And then some breakdowns of the freestyle so you can understand what you need to do. Yeah, so go ahead, put hashtag freestyle breathing if you'd like that. And then if I go back here, you're also gonna get this demo videos, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. Check it out. You can also get it out if you're interested to check
Okay.
what is that
Yeah.
one? What are you guys giving? How come I didn't get it? You can get it now. All right. So, because a lot of times, like a lot of athletes, like what is technique? I'll go to the YouTube video. You can go to the YouTube video, but I'm just telling you because I did that already. What I have for you is free, and I'm telling you coming from someone who was in your shoes. Okay. In YouTube video, they didn't break it down. Like, for example, I was saying, like, I don't know how to stand up. What if I get tired? What am I gonna do? In running, I can stop. Those are the same thing that I was thinking as well. I know
Mhm.
what you're thinking. So that, yeah, get that one. Well, it's free. The next one here, take a look at your calendar and see what's reasonable amount of time that you can put in training. If you'd like to continue to do marathons or half marathons, honestly, you can. Al did that. Okay. However, be very, very careful. Okay. Because it's different. You know, I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed or burn out or get hurt. So now I'm gonna give you another free one. All right. So my recommendation is for you to follow SMART training method. Okay. SMART training method has the injury prevention part and then the nutrition part. Now, same thing. If you guys want free chapters of this book, put smart training method, hashtag smart training method. Will give you the link. It's still free. You can just also get that as well.
Yeah,
You guys like that one?
it explains the
I
method,
really,
goes over it.
which is what actually Al just explained earlier. Okay, let me see. The next one, commit to training consistently. Block a time, adjust depending on what's best to stay on track while still balancing time with family and work and other extracurricular activities. Okay. This is my principle in training, okay? Because we do triathlon, we do these sports, we want to have fun, okay?
Mhm.
If you're the type like Al, you love hiking. Al is a serious hiker. Al dragon boat also, and you know, like she competes. And I said, like, Al, if you want to do that, let me show you how all these activities can fit in your life without burning out. Because sometimes I would like, hey, coach, can I do this? Are you serious? You need to balance. You need to sleep. So I'm the one who's telling her, like, no, don't do too much. And because what I look at is the overall stress. I
Mhm.
want Al to be healthy overall. Okay. Next is, I mentioned that already, apply smart training method and 360 strategic training. Now, I don't have a lot of time today, but basically 360 strategic training, you want to focus on technique, speed, endurance, and race skills. I also talk about that in this free chapters here. So if you want that, put a smart training method. Al, is there anything else that I missed there for someone who's wanting to do their first sprint triathlon? It's
Okay.
very simple.
I
Like,
think you've covered most of it, Coach. I think yeah, what I want to share for everyone is just give it a try. I know when I first started with Coach, I approach her and say, you know, the only reason why I approach Coach is because I'm really scared of swimming. I was at that point when I was supposed to do the sprint triathlon that I'm about to back out. And I know a lot of friends who's just like that. Like they're trying to do it on their own. They go to the open water, they get scared, they back out. But
yeah,
with your help, um, I know they will gain a lot of confidence.
I love
That's me, especially because I have a lot of anxiety. Like, but as soon as when I did the wildflower, I know I can do this. I trust the process. I trust coach when she told me that you can do this out. You know, that's a big thing. It's not just like I have all my friends around me, but without the proper technique that you provided me, I probably won't do it. And without you telling me, specifically you who has done all these triathlons in the past, I
yeah,
believe in you that when you say I can do it, I can do it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of the things that um, pursued me to just do the sprint. And once I broke that barrier, I know I can do Olympic, and I know I can go
There you
forward
go.
to
Now you have more
yeah.
choices. You have more
Mhm.
decisions. You have freedom.
Yes, exactly.
But
We
yeah,
just have to break that barrier, that feeling that you cannot do it.
it
Yeah,
just opens up more
it is. It
fun,
is. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's and
Trust
also,
the process, trust your coach, and
yeah,
trust yourself.
yeah. And
Yeah.
guess what? Al,
Just
you're also
go there, try it out. Nothing, if you didn't have, well, there's always second chance, third chance, right? Yeah, there's always a race, out there. There's a lot of triathlon, but never stop
uh,
believing. Yeah.
I've had DNFs. I've had DNS, but I did
Mhm.
not stop. That's actually a learning experience, right?
Right, right.
And
But
it
if you,
also,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but if you haven't tried it, then there's a
no,
lot. Yeah, yep,
you won't
exactly.
know. Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, it's such a transformation. Also, besides that, you've also freed yourself with your anxiety about your 3 times nearly drowning experience.
Mm-hmm.
You've
Right.
transformed within a short amount of time. I would say
Mm-hmm.
just about 3 months only.
Yes.
Amazing.
yeah, I know. I've been trying to learn swimming for the past 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, since my kids
Wow.
were small, I was swimming with them. Nah, I can never learn. Maybe I thought, I just gave up and say maybe this is not for me.
What did your
But
children, what does your children say when they saw you swimming and like you did
oh,
this?
they were surprised actually. They were so happy for me. Yeah.
Good
And
for
I'm
them.
so happy too that I can finally join them when they go diving and
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Well, from Feisty Fox Coaching, we are very proud of you, Al. For every one of you guys who have watched our story, who have been inspired. Oh my God, what a transformation. Amazing, Al. Inspiring. Well, this is what we do in Feisty Fox Coaching. We help busy high achievers improve their health and crush their races despite of the challenges or whatever skills or experience that you may have right now. Allow yourself to explore and experience life if you're thinking about triathlon, all right? Or if you're having pain right now. I mean, if you think about it, it was only like 10 weeks. What could you do in 10 weeks to actually finish Boston Marathon after all the vacationing that she did? All right, she was vacationing. It's like, how? You haven't been running as much.
Yeah.
And then now you're doing sprint triathlon? Are you serious?
Yeah.
And oh, let me see your swim. That's where help came. But like she allowed herself, she gave herself a chance to just, hey, it's 50-50. What if it happens? Then it'll be great. And that's what
Mhm.
happened. All right. But of course, it's not all highs. Like I said, there's downs and lows. But if you're
Mhm.
getting the support, and you have more clarity of what you really want to make happen. And also,
Mhm.
if you're like at the type right now, like, what if? Like, but that is like gray. Like, what if? It's like wishy-washy. Like, you want to at least know whether it is for you or not. Give it a chance.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
So if you're ready to talk about next steps, you can put hashtag game plan in the comments and we'll reach out to see if what you're working towards and if we're a good fit to help.
yeah. And then also, that's also wherein you can ask questions, okay? Because a lot of outfits get stuck. Allow me to help you guys. And then also, Coach Vineta here. And we don't sell anything there. We're actually it's our community service.
Yes,
15 minutes
we free
free.
up to 50-minute blocks
But
for the community to really ask us questions of how they can achieve the goals that they're going
yeah.
for.
But if you're like, hey, I'm not sure if I want to call them, just download those free stuff that I already gave to you so
Mhm.
you guys can, unstuck yourself and start moving now because you're already going to get coaching there.
That 7-day breathing kickstart plan is golden.
Yeah. All right. Well, Al, before we let you go, what are
Mhm.
the top 2 to 3 advice? I know you gave a lot already, but let's just summarize it. What are the top 2, 3 advices that you would give to an individual like in their
The
50s?
the old you, let's say,
Yeah.
The
afraid of
old me.
swimming, afraid of swimming,
That was, yeah.
wanting to do your first triathlon, kind of over there. What
Yeah.
would you tell her? Because that's not you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For one, never be scared to fail. So, because if you're not scared to fail, you know, even though it turned out not good, then you'll be fine. Um, and then the second one is always trust the process. Trust your coach. I trust you, coach. And
Aw.
then the number three is never stop believing. Yeah, that has been like, a thing that I've been, but swimming was not even like in my list of, I never thought I can do. But with the help of a lot of people and the help of you, coach, I was
Yeah.
able to do it.
I am so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Surround yourself with people, with like-minded people
Yep.
who is willing to see you succeed.
Yeah. So those
Yes.
friends of Al, if you guys want to learn more from Al, like I'm sure she has a lot of more advices. She even forgot have fun. She said that.
Yes, have fun. Yes.
Go over, remind, take
Yep.
notes. You know, if you got a
Yeah.
lot today, everyone put hashtag value. Let's thank Al for her time. I know she's still at work, but
Yeah.
thank you, Al. And everyone, what are the questions that pop up? What are the things that like one step? What is one thing that you're going to start doing today? Small step that you learned today so that you can move to the next step for you going to do your first sprint triathlon that you've been thinking about. Small step. Doesn't have to go sign up, although you can do that if you want. But
Mhm.
one step, you know, give yourself that chance to actually, yeah, move forward. All right. Hey, everyone. So we're going to let you guys go. Have a great weekend. Al, thank you so much for your time. I'm really
Thank you too,
happy that
Coach.
you were
Yeah.
here. All right.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.